First, I would like to ask you some questions about some everyday topics. Let's start with your daily routines. What is your morning routine like?
My morning routine is pretty simple but effective. I usually wake up around 6:30 a.m., have a glass of water, and do a short workout to get my blood flowing. After that, I take a shower, have breakfast, usually oatmeal or a smoothie, and then get ready for the day.
Do you think it's important to have a daily routine? Why or why not?
Yes, I think having a daily routine is important because it helps me stay organized and productive. It sets a positive tone for the day and makes it easier to manage my time effectively.
Has your daily routine changed over time? In what way?
Absolutely. When I was in school, my routine was more focused on classes and studying. Now that I'm working, it's more about balancing work, personal projects, and self-care, which has been a nice change.
Is there a part of your routine that you particularly enjoy and why?
I really enjoy my morning workout. It energizes me and puts me in a good mood for the rest of the day. Plus, it's a great way to clear my mind before diving into work.
How do you plan your day when you have a lot of things to do?
When I have a busy day ahead, I like to prioritize my tasks. I usually make a to-do list, focusing on the most important items first. That way, I can tackle them one by one without feeling overwhelmed.
Now, I'm going to give you a topic and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you start, you'll have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say, and you can make some notes. Here's a paper and a pencil. All right, let's begin.
One place I visited that left a lasting impression on me was Kyoto, Japan. I went there a couple of years ago during springtime, mainly because I had heard so much about its beautiful temples and gardens. The timing couldn't have been better as the cherry blossoms were in full bloom, which added a magical touch to the entire experience. While I was there, I visited some of the city's famous temples, like Kinkaku-ji, also known as the Golden Pavilion, and Fushimi Inari Shrine, which is famous for its thousands of bright red torii gates. Walking through these sites felt like stepping back in time. I spent hours just soaking in the peaceful atmosphere and admiring the intricate architecture, which had been carefully preserved for centuries. What really left an impression on me was the contrast between the bustling city life and the tranquility of the temples and gardens. One minute, I'd be in a crowded street full of tourists, and the next, I'd be in a quiet Zen garden, completely at peace. The locals were incredibly kind and respectful, which made the experience even more meaningful. I left Kyoto feeling inspired, not just by its beauty, but by how well it blends tradition with modern life. It's a place I would love to visit again someday.
Now, I'd like to ask you some more questions related to the topic of travel and tourism. What are the advantages of traveling to different countries?
Traveling to different countries offers so many benefits. First of all, it gives you a chance to experience different cultures and traditions, which can really broaden your perspective. You learn new ways of thinking, and it helps you appreciate diversity. It's also a great way to break out of your comfort zone and challenge yourself. Plus, when you travel, you create unforgettable memories and build new connections with people from around the world. All of this adds a lot of value to your life in terms of personal growth and understanding.
How has modern technology changed the way people travel?
Technology has completely transformed the way we travel. These days, it's so easy to plan a trip online, from booking flights to finding accommodation through apps. You can also use navigation apps to explore new cities without worrying about getting lost. Social media has also played a huge role, as people often share their travel experiences and recommendations, making it easier to discover hidden gems. Overall, technology has made traveling more convenient and accessible, which is great for people who love to explore the world.
Do you think tourism has a positive or negative impact on local communities? Why?
I think tourism can have both positive and negative impacts on local communities, depending on how it's managed. On the positive side, tourism can boost the local economy by creating jobs and supporting small businesses. It can also bring attention to cultural traditions and help preserve them. However, if it's not managed well, tourism can lead to problems like overcrowding, environmental damage, and even a loss of cultural identity. It's important for local governments to find a balance so that tourism benefits the community without causing harm.
What can governments do to promote sustainable tourism?
Governments can play a key role in promoting sustainable tourism by setting regulations that protect natural and cultural resources. For example, they can limit the number of tourists allowed in certain areas to prevent overcrowding and environmental damage. They could also invest in eco-friendly infrastructure, like public transportation or renewable energy, to reduce the environmental footprint of tourism. Additionally, governments can work with local communities to ensure that tourism doesn't disrupt their way of life but instead supports their long-term development.
How does travel broaden a person's perspective on life?
Traveling opens up your mind in so many ways. When you visit different places, you get exposed to new cultures, languages, and ways of thinking, which can change the way you see the world. You start to understand that there's no one right way to live, and that diversity is something to be celebrated. Traveling also helps you appreciate what you have, while giving you the opportunity to learn from others. It's a great way to become more open-minded and adaptable, which can help you grow as a person.
That is the end of the speaking test. Well done. Thank you.